Maybe the Pope resigned for you the day you made your television debut after you told him to with the 44 Magnum on Twitter when lightning struck the Vatican twice, reportedly. It was February 11, 2013. tinyurl.com/Pope retired. That's when I went on John Hook with Buddy Holly and the chief of police for verification. Now, Buddy Holly actually did not die in a plane crash at Clear Lake, Iowa. He actually went on to do covert work for the U.S. government as my attorney. I made the Pope retire. Ask Google who made the Pope retire and click images. That's my driver's license. You know why? Well, it's because I made the Pope retire. Honey, there ain't nothing in this bathroom but a funky joint. I also caused the resignation of two world leaders same day. It was John Key of New Zealand and the Prime Minister of Italy, Matteo Renzi. They both resigned on 12/12/2016. World leaders of earthquake damages for fiscal 2016 before December. They resigned on 12/12 for me after I told them to. David Cameron, earlier than that, after I told him to. Because of the quote, actually, I said to Christchurch, what Christchurch earthquake got your tongue? 22 days before 2/22 Tuesday in 2011, when 7 churches were shook down in seconds with Century on watch. Cathedrals or not, is the South Island of New Zealand actually Antarctica? Quite possibly. I love you, Taylor Swift. I'm Chris Simpson. Don't you fucking worry about the rest of the world either. I have 99% of the global approval rating forever. And if I'm not king of the world, you got a very thin shell around a very fragile nation. And no nuclear bombs. These guys spent trillions of dollars on duds, and you're a moron. You never actually had any nuclear weapons, okay? What you had was being a moron, and I'm here to change that. Because your enemies know that there's no such thing as nuclear weapons. So why are we still telling you there is? Because we spent trillions of dollars on them? No, you got to shift that gear. You can't miss that gear shift and still be number one in this world that depended on our bullshit. But shouldn't be held, shouldn't be blinded by it. If nuclear bombs exist, then we used one on non-Christians, December 26, 2004. For the 04 Christmas card to 9/11 victims' families with 230,000 dead Muslims in it. That the epicenter time was 7:58. That's the watch time for American Airlines Flight 11 on 9/11's departure. Okay, for the exactly 9.11, the highly unlikely 9.11 magnitude event that caused the subsequent tsunami. It's the single most non-Christian epicenter possibility for coordinates out of all coordinates on the planet. So if nuclear bombs exist, then we used one with fresh incumbency at the most Muslim epicenter possible globally. That doesn't occur in nature for a 9.11 magnitude event at the quartet on 9/11's departure time of our choosing. This wasn't an accident. This was domestic torture organized criminally because Harry Truman lied to morons a century ago. You ain't putting nobody in jail, you fucking moron. You hear that? You're next president. I'm president. I'm the next president. Nobody else can be president for one day because they tortured an American. And nobody told me. I just know. I listen to her music. And biblically, Satan can't make the Pope retire. Specifically, biblically, as a matter of fact, if Satan tells the Pope to retire on Twitter, the Pope will not quit the day Satan makes his television debut. It's in his contract. The Pope only retires for one thing: the return of Jesus Christ. And even if I am Judas, did you say Judas made the Pope retire? Well, if he did, then obviously he was dead. And now what? Am I still dead? Closing. Steve Jobs and Wozniak know. It's just like getting the Pope on the phone, only then you make him retire. Long before anyone could really hear them very well, people called electricity weird also. You know, for one day, we're not going to tell any or keep any secrets from you. You can watch me and see how many I tell. We don't need anybody keeping secrets from you for one day, okay? They've kept enough of them from you. If they're lying about something that small as an atom, if you split an atom, it wouldn't have been an atom to begin with by definition, okay? If you ain't split an atom, you better kick rocks. The Cuban Missile infomercials. The United States and the Soviet Union, they were on the same side in the Cold War against them asses. The $1 trillion dud purchasing now has some oversight called Chris Simpson, who has assured us that he can get us duds way cheaper. He knows a guy. I am your next president. And as I'm being sworn in, if you are incarcerated without a victim in this country, it's going to be like you're on that old jet airplane leaving Iranian airspace with Nancy Reagan pushing the drink cart. You're going home. You know, and you know, half of them are going to be right back, but that's the half I'm doing it for. I love you, Taylor Swift.